most of the music that I do now, pretty much all the music I do now, is through church and in the form of worship leading and creating, singing, teaching, and leading musically at my church. And my church has recorded a few albums that are on all platforms. And so we've gone through the process of one, figuring out how and when we can use other people's music, right? So if you think Sunday morning church service, we have a whole portion of the service where we sing songs. Those songs are not all original. Those songs oftentimes have been recorded and published by other folks, recorded, re-recorded, and we are performing this music live, which generally we are allowed to do. But there are rules around the fact that we stream our service, right? It is live around the world. People can watch us performing other people's music. What does that mean? What are the rules for that, right? And if we want to put our service up on YouTube or put it up on Facebook, on Meta or whatever other platforms for people to access after service has finished and we're no longer live streaming, what are the rules for that, right? So we've had to navigate those rules and we try to really honor the systems and the process there and do things the right way. So that's been interesting. And then when we record our own original content, our own original music, there's a process around that, right? So if we're writing, who gets kind of authorship credit for that? And then we record. And then, as the video recording is a separate work than the audio recording. And, if we're contributing ideas for a piece, for a work, then how do we kind of reflect that in terms of giving people credit or compensating people or things like that, or making sure that the church actually owns all of it, right? Because it's not sufficient to just own the song, you have to own the recording of the song, right? And so thinking about those things a little bit and making sure that we also have our IP assignment paperwork in place, even as a church, because we want to publish creative works that a whole bunch of people contributed to, right? So it's interesting, and that's kind of the way that it comes up in my personal life most
Yeah.
prominently.
Intellectual property in the corporate boardroom, intellectual property in the courtroom, intellectual property in the church.
In
All
the
right, all
church.
three,
IP everywhere.